Hey, what's up, YouTube? I haven't done a deck profile in a while, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. This is what I've been playing online more than anything else recently because I'm absolutely in love with this deck. Just from first glance, you can see that it is a Lightsworn deck profile, and before I even get started, obviously you can get a good glance at the cards and see that, I could have some, some pricier stuff and here's some better stuff, but I don't like testing online with anything that I don't already have in real life or anything that I know I can easily just pick up. So this is all just cards that I have in my possession at the moment, and it's been doing pretty well lately. I'd say in the last 2 weeks, I've done about I know I've done over 200 duels on DN because because of my keeping track of my winning so I could change my avatar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into this with you guys right now. Uh, I run one blaster and one title, two of these dragon rulers. They're the biggest beat sticks out of the dragon rulers, and that's why we run these two in specific. I really wish Tempest was a bigger beater than title because I love Tempest's artwork. Um, From there, we have three Eclipse Wyverns. He's a great deck thinner and a great playmaker. He gets sent to the grave. You banish a level 7 or higher light or dark dragon. And when he's banished from the grave, which you will do using one of your two dragon rulers, you add that banished dragon from the banish zone to your hand, which is really good. It eliminates the possibility of milling a JD or milling a Diablos when you banish it with Wyvern's effect, and you're going to eventually get these dragon rulers either in your hand or in the grave, whichever one it's okay because you get to special it from either of those. We have two Light Ray Diablos. Three is too much. One is not enough. Two is just fine. Um, it sucks when you mill both, but it's whatever. Um, Goes great in the deck. Needs five different light monsters with different names, which you can easily get with the amount of light monsters in this deck, since that's the majority of what it is. It's a level 7, so you can go for rank 7 plays with the Dragon Rulers, and he clears back road to make room for your JD play. Speaking of JD, we run triple Judgment Dragon. He is the boss monster of the deck. So important. Sucks when you mill him, but oh well. Usually if you can just get one or two on board, you have a pretty good chance of winning. Um, Banish it with Wyvern. Make sure you don't mill it. Get it to hand with Wyvern. Clear field with Diablos. Drop JD. GG. We run two Curry Bandits. I'm running 2/3 because I'm never going to summon all three Curry Bandits. Like I usually the only time I summon a Curry Bandit is when I open with it because mid game, late game, sure if I can poke with the Curry Bandit and then use his effect, then yeah I will summon him, poke with him, and then use his effect at the end phase, which is great. That's another thing I like about Curry Bandit. Like you compare him to cards like Card D. Card D has to be used in the main phase one that it was normal summoned. Curry Bandit just has to be used at the end phase of the turn it was normal summoned. You can summon him, poke with him, and then send him off. We run three Rainbow Karibos, and because it's the new Necro Gardener for the deck. It's a light, so you can drop Honest with him, which is always fun. When you what he does is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can equip him to that opponent's monster from the grave. I mean, from your hand, my bad. From your hand, and then they can't attack. Or when they declare an attack, you can special summon him from the grave, and he gets banished. You can only use one of those effects per turn, and only once that turn, I believe. Is it only once that turn? Um, oh no, you can only use each effect once per turn. So you can equip them three times per turn if you need to. If you open up with three and you need to equip all three, you can do it. If you need to special summon all three, you can do it. Um, you can special summon them in attack mode, and if they choose to continue trying to beat over it, drop the honest, which is honestly their fault. Because if you're special summoning this little guy in attack mode, they should know something's up. Either you got honest in hand or you're a bad player. We run one Zephyros because he has great synergy with the deck. He gets milled, it's okay. I prefer milling him than drawing into him. You could go JD, Effect, Nuke the Field, Zephyros, Bounce Back JD, Special Zephyros, Special 3 JDs and a Diablos or something. Go off. Be crazy. One Honest for the light monsters. 3 Lumina, insanely basic, helps you establish your field presence, mills 3 at the end phase. Just really good. Best Lightsworn in the deck. Got 2 Raidens, which is my favorite tuner of the Lightsworns because he mills 4 in a turn. He can actually be normal summoned, and he gets a nice little attack boost when he mills a Lightsworn with his main phase effect, which is to mill 2 cards. 2 Felis, which is my second favorite tuner for the deck. She when she gets milled by a monster effect, she special summons herself to from the graveyard, and she can only be special summoned by a card effect, so you can't normal summon her, so it kind of sucks when you draw into her, but she makes a good target for Solar Recharge. We have double Lila for popping out back row. You don't need 3. You really don't need 3 with the new tuners. Also, yeah, Felis's effect. Speaking of popping, Felis, you tribute her, pop a monster, mill 3. Lila, switch to defense mode, pop back row, mill 3 at the end phase. Aaron, really good against things that like to open up with a set, like some synchrons. When you get that random synchron match, they want to open with a set Raikou. Aaron is there for you. The hands, Aaron is there for you. Shadows, Aaron is there for you. We have the one Garoth, which again goes great with Lumina because even if you mill him, it's going to be okay. Just special him with Lumina at the end of the turn. Mill 3 with Lumina, mill 2 with Garoth. Draw if you get the good mills. Minerva is a really good card to mill and goes really well with Lumina too, because when she's milled, excuse me, when she's milled from the deck, she mills a card, or when she's sent from the hand, she mills a card. And she's not one of those cards that has to be sent by card effect. She just has to be sent to the graveyard in general. So you can use her as cost, and she'll still get to mill. We have one Wolf because Wolf is a boss. 2100 attack, special summons himself when he's milled. 3 solar recharges because it's mandatory. You've gotta run it. Discard a Lightsworn, draw 2, mill 2. All types of pluses. Charge of the Light Brigade, mill 3, and add. It's really good. You gotta run it. It sucks when you mill it, but more often than not, I draw into it, so it's really good. 2 Beckoning Lights, so you can keep your hand looking the way you want it to look. You got JDs in the grave, you got Diablos in grave, it's okay. You can Beckoning Light to get them back. You can recycle your Rainbow Creambos. You can get Honest back to hand. You can get Minerva back to hand to pitch for cost. um, 2 breakthrough skills because you can use it twice, and it's okay if you mill it because you'll still get to use it. And 2 needlebug's nest because they're basically 2 more rainbow creeples. My bad. They're 2 more curry bandits that you do not have to summon. The only difference is that you will not get to add a card like you do off the curry bandit, but it's pretty often to only mill monsters with curry bandit anyway, so it's okay. Into the extra deck we have an HTS Behemoth, which I would really like to be a Goyo, but I don't own one. And like I said before, I don't test with cards that I don't own already. So I'd like this to be a Goyo, and with the Goyo reprint coming out later this month, it's looking like a possibility. One Arcanite Magician because he's good. He pops cards. He started off as an iffy for me, honestly, and I just decided to test him out, and he works amazing. He helps clear field before dropping JD. Black Rose, same thing, helps clear field, gives you, the freedom to drop JD without worry. We have 2 Michaels, the Arc Lightsworn. He's the new Lightsworn Synchro. Level 7, he's a dragon, he's a Lightsworn. And so it just combos so well with the deck. You can go for rank 7s with him. You can drop Honest on him. You can, he counts towards your JD count. It's great. Um, Black Feather Dark Rage Dragon, level 8. This came out in premium gold way back when, and it's great with this deck. When you take damage, you can send up to 5 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. So I usually like to call 2 or 3 with him just to keep myself paced with his effect, and he gains 400 if any monster cards are sent, and you're darn tootin' gonna send monsters. Um, Angel of Zera, because cards get banished, it happens, and Angel of Zera is there to take care of it. He is a light, so you can drop Honest on him, and if he gets banished, he special summons himself back to the field on the next standby phase. Like, he could get banished during your turn, like they deprison him, and then he gets special summoned back on their standby phase. Like, nah, son, you ain't getting rid of me that easily. Um, One Scrap Dragon again helps clear board, makes room for JD. Leo, the Keeper of Sacred Tree. Oh my gosh. Okay, Burning Abyss cannot get over Leo, and like honestly, they can set all the battle traps they want. I will summon this Leo, never enter my battle phase, which means I will never enter my second main phase. And I will sit on this Leo until they deck out. The only real way they ever actually get over the Leo is like, um, I, I think I've had people go like acid golem on me. I was gonna say lava golem. They go like if they went lava golem on me, I'd cry. They go acid golem with a giga brilliant, and they're just like, oh man, I'm so smart. I'm gonna get over this Leo. But I mean, that's once in a blue moon, and I think it's been tried on me twice. And the first time they did it, I was just like, oh okay, that's pretty cool. The second time someone tried to had a breakthrough, so I was just like, no. 1 Star Eater because fairly simple to make it. You can make it with a JD and a Minerva, or one of your level 8 synchros and a Minerva, or any level 7 and a Raiden or a Felis. 1 Conceal Omega because we run light monsters. A Diamond Dyer to pop. Cowboy to push for game. Draco Sack because this deck just poops out level 7s. We poop out level 7s. We poop level 7s all day. All we do is poop level 7s. We love to poop us some level 7s. Level 7 pooping is what we do. We poop level 7s like it ain't nobody's business, son. Poop, poop, poop all them level 7s. Get big. And 1 Felgrand because sometimes we poop out level 8s, you know. We tend to poop those out too. Um it's like when you get through the diarrhea of crapping out all those level 7s, you have like that little leftover bit that you have to force out, and those are your level 8s that turn into Felgran. Onto the side deck, we have 3 Mystical Space Typhoons for cards like Vanities and Light Imprisoning Mirrors. 2 Royal Decrees for things like Light Imprisoning Mirror and Vanities. Um, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for the Shadow matchup and anything else that people are running with Darks. 2 Memory of an Adversaries for anything that you don't want inflicting battle damage to you, or just anything that you just want to be cool and take from your opponent. 2 Maxis because decks hyperextend. You know, it happens. You want to take advantage of it, and sometimes they'll just stop in their tracks. Every now and then, someone will want to take the Maxi challenge and see if they can still come away with it, but a lot of times they'll just stop. 2 Xyz Encore to interrupt things like Satellar Knights, who go into Xyz like fairly quickly. Every now and then you get like the Steel Swarm Roach that they think they're just gonna sit on it until you get ready to drop your JD. Just any Xyz that you don't want around like Ophion or anything. And Imperial Iron Walls because when they know you're running Lightsworns, they're gonna side in those DD Crows. They're gonna use those Rhapsody and Berserks. They're gonna want to take over your graveyard and manipulate it to their advantage. And you've got to have an answer to that. And so yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will be back again next week with another deck profile for you guys. So stay tuned, and I will see you then.